Alright guys, welcome to part 2 of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the first one. We're going right into it. So now we have to share our poem with more people. So, Sayori next. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Deus. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori? You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Yeah? Well, I'm not sure that's part of it. Or I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people know, you know? When I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Deus poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Hehehe. I'm really happy that you wrote this one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, yeah, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Deus. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason why I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you read my poem, right? Don't worry. I'm really bad at this. Hehe. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead, tell me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish me away on a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. What? That is not a poem. That is so random. She's awful, dude. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you just wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't just answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say that that was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. No, you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point arguing. Anyways, thank you for showing me. Hee. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever! Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. fine words, Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Oh, I can actually read this really easily. Alright, let's see it. Let's see this brilliant poem. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. These are not poems, dude. The last line doesn't make any sense. They don't rhyme at all, dude. That doesn't make any sense, man. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. As an opponent of poems to express yourselves, the writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Alright, thank you for following, by the way. Welcome. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. I think everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. But I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other thing, another nice thing about being self-writing is that it puts me more on the weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up a rhyme, well, rhymes, by the way, at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Oh, you did. I guess it went into more than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to do humor with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. And finally, Monica. Hi, Deus. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. And it's better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha! Don't worry, Deus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those two things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that might be the case, but maybe there are some similarities they would not expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you are really care about each other's well-being. Even if you two show it in different ways, it ends up being much more similar than you would think. So I think that's the kind of vibe that I get when I read your poems. Sure you're not reading into it too much? Haha, I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotion like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little either. I'm sure I'll end up trying a bunch of different things a lot. It could take a while before I get comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find your own style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way that everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you to have worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always have to feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. I retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That was terrible. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, not sure how to put this. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. It's been influencing my poems a little bit. Empathy? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think of it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So, just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. But I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, There's no way my own poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They generally exchange a piece of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch either their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Yeah? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns this poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is... cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it really didn't come out that nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Deus did too. So based on that, I'm glad to give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Deus liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. The music stopped playing. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Deus appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make sure everything I do is overly cute. Ooh. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I was the one who... something. Magically grew his size bigger as soon as Deus started showing up. Suki. Suki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Deus, she just tried to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing style is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Deus. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary in limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Deus? Well... how did I get dragged on this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with they'll probably think I'm more highly of me. Oh no. Now what? I don't know what to pick. This is rough. I feel like if I pick this one, this is probably bad. Probably gonna pick Yuri. Natsuki? You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting a feeling into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took that way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think that you should too? Yuri clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I never even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do just that. It'll spare me having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches up her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe I acted like that. Probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How can anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it well as anyone could. I don't think anything less of you. Well... Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Deus. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Yes? How about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends too. That your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, That means that I can at least do a better job at impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Deus! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hee hee hee. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I really can't say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier? Eh? What you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. You can see why they'd be good friends with you. Yeah. You know, Deus, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That every day is gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught up to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice and all, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to say to you, Sayori, as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, here we are again. Okay, so... I guess tears would be one. And... disarray would be one. And grief. And contamination. And sadness. And frightening. Unending. Not gonna say what that word is, of course. Can't say that, I'll get in trouble. Right? I'm guessing when they bounce is what I'm clicking on with what I'm going towards for them, I guess. There's been 3 now that it's been to that for someone else. Bruh. This is bad. This is not what I intended. Almost all of it is hers. Bruh. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I got more comfortable in here over the past few couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Deus. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehehe. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. I see that's a pretty simple thing you got to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyways. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Are you coming with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it! I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the classroom. So either you are not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so then I would have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that leaves one option. What? I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't even notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening in or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Deus to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after putting on a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad, and I have to accept the retribution. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess that's a little devil inside of us all, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys that she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But wouldn't have come if it wasn't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on. Give me more credit than that, Sayori. Hehe. Ow. After out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles down on the desk. Ow. What was... A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Wow, that must be some big cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori actively tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly collapses her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours is really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehe. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie in hand, Natsuki reaches up and nudges Sayori off of her. Oh. Suddenly leads down, takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Eh? There, Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the classroom. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has it? Haha, I will not be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glanced at me. Never mind that. Never mind. What held you up anyways? Well, my last period of study was study hall. To be honest, I kinda lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. You must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't. Really. Kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Deus. Monica smiled sweetly. Huh? I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Haha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd love the chance to share one when I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki would end up complaining to her anyways. It looks like everyone has settled down now. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Word? Can't say that. I think she noticed that she's looking at me. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. That only hides her They only make her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing that it made her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was so focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, I might have a hard time putting it down. A very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well... Yuri closed the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an almost looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't actually give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. As soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. And no matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship, and her heart and her life just starts going to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You're gonna make it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Ha ha ha! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Deus? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's totally shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Just that these kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things start happening, not just because someone wants them to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought that they would relate to the protagonist, there may have to be the naive one living out their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's path. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess that's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. That's the least I can do to listen. It's the literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, huh? You don't have to. Haha. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get that book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I sit next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just that's something I'm not really used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you, or anything like that. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's actually not looking at her own book. I glance over. It's like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot, aren't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's next to Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold my book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her left thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides under her thumb after she flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're holding even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got distracted for a bit. I glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to the reading, right? In particular, I don't mind being patient with if it takes you a little bit longer instead. It's probably the least I can do. Since you're so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm reading to turn the page. Instead, I assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches on her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid to do something wrong. Not like I can see in your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Deus, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone. I think that's about time we share poems with each other. Today's poems with each other. We not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, expired from her finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read up a little more tonight. It'll be a little more fun to read up after you and picks up, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first chapters on your own time. Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back into my bag. And this is where we're going to stop at this part, and this is almost exactly the same as the last one, where we stopped. So we're going to go ahead and save here. And if anyone is even watching this series, make sure to type in the keyword #Doki. #Doki will be the keyword for the ending of this part of part 2. Thank you guys for watching this part of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.